Hey trainers, Alakaham here with some more Pokemon video magic. And in today's video, we are going to be playing in the Halloween Cup, not with teams that you should run because they are very iffy, but they are teams that were fun. The bunch I am calling the Pumpkin Spice teams. I tried to put at least one unusual Pokemon on each of these teams so that we would have something novel and interesting to watch. So in this particular team, my two meta Pokemon, this is a triple ice team, by the way, because I was just seeing so many Golbat and Mandibuzz. I got sick of it. So all of these Pokemon have ice-type moves, and the special Pokemon on this team is a shiny Weavile. But as you can see, I do have some very meta Pokemon as well, like Alolan Ninetales, and of course the Azumarill. And Azumarill is still pretty strong in the Halloween Cup, but it is not quite as powerful here as it is in the Open Great League, because you are much more likely to come across a poison type in the Halloween Cup here. So I am not going to be able to win Switch, which is fine. I'm going to come in with the A-Tails, and they probably suspect that after these two, I don't have any ice types left, but they're going to be wrong. So I immediately blind swapped into the Weavile, and it's a good thing that I saved a shield because Weavile is very glassy, but this foul play will hit really, really hard. Weavile is very attack weighted, and we will be able to take out this Cofagrigus, and then we have ice type attacks on everything, so it should be more or less no problem to finish off this Golbat. It's going to have to throw all of its energy there on the Weavile to take it out, and we can just come in with the A-Tails, throw our Weather Ball Ice, and that super effective damage is going to be enough to take out like 2 Golbat, maybe. I don't know. That's what I'm telling myself. It was definitely enough to finish off that one. So Weavile has actually been a pretty decent choice. It is a glass cannon, but you do have some play with Weavile if you wanted to try it out just to have some fun. All right, on this team, we've got shiny Awak on the lead, and our spicy pick on this one is going to be a shiny Nidoking. And this particular Nidoking only has one move. I haven't taken the time or energy or resources to give it 2 charge moves, but it does have the legacy fast move Fury Cutter, which builds energy really, really fast, and we'll be able to see that in play here. So Awak was at risk of getting baited until it got more or less destroyed by an Earth Power, so I wanted to get it out of there and save it for later, and I came in with the Nidoking. So I lowered the Nidoqueen's defense. I could have shielded there and saved the Nidoking, but I think it more or less did its job by helping us soak up all that attack energy from the Nidoqueen. So we come out of this with a pretty healthy Awak and shield advantage. They did a really nice catch. That was a good job counting from the opponent. Really nice catch onto their A-Tails. I'm going to build up a little energy. We're just going to throw the Bone Club because our fast move is super effective anyway. So we will chip damage, we will farm down, and now they have their own Awak. And this time they're in pretty much the same position because we have energy. They're not going to be able to farm us down, and we still had a shield. So yeah, Awak was really the MVP on this particular game. But it was fun to throw the shiny Nidoking in there, and I've used it in other games a little bit. I really need to give it another charge move before it's going to be really, really useful. But it was able to pressure shields from that Nidoqueen. It was able to lower its defense, and it did absorb a lot of energy. So the Nidoking did a lot in a very short amount of time, and it's definitely a fun one to use. Okay, so here we come into the Houndoom mirror match. Houndoom was my spicy pick, but apparently it wasn't spicy enough because somebody else had the idea to use a Houndoom. And this person really thought this out because there aren't that many grass types that are eligible in the Halloween Cup, but here they are with one of them. So that's fine. We are going to come in here with the Houndoom. We'll have to shield once because Houndoom is super glassy. So even though I figured that was probably an acid spray bait, if it were a leaf blade, that could have very nearly KO'd. So that gives us enough energy to get to the foul play, which is great. We're going to go down to the Shadow Houndoom there. And then we're going to be able to come in with our Quillfish and see if Quillfish can pull this off. And you hate to see it, there is a Shadow Venomoth in the back. And this is like maybe the second time I had seen Venomoth the whole time this league has been going. But that's okay. We're going to get to this next Aquatail. We are going to take out the Shadow Venomoth, and we are not quite going to get to our next Aquatail before we are Fire Fangs down. That is a really good game to my opponent there. What a team. Triple Shadow team with very unconventional choices. That is a really smart design, and I wish them well. All right, so we are going to try this Houndoom team again because last time we got pretty hard countered. So we are in a much better position this time because, of course, we won the lead. Wormadam is going to take lots and lots of damage from those Fire Fangs. And we can come in here with a Quillfish, and even though we don't have Sludge Bomb equipped as one of the charge moves, Quillfish is still very strong. Those poison stings are going to add up, and then Aquatail spams out so quickly and does, neutral damage on so many things. The Lil Fish is a pretty good asset there. All right, so we do have to shield up this Bug Buzz because that is going to be doing lots of damage on the dark typing for Houndoom. I probably stayed in a little bit longer than I should have. I was enjoying being able to get the Fire Fang damage on that A-Tails, but it took me a second to realize this is a Charm A-Tails and not a Powder Snow A-Tails, which means we were taking super effective damage from, from those Charms, and that brought us very, very low. So what really needs to happen here is I need to get the shield, which I do not, and that means I need to be willing to shield up my own Azu in order to get off as much damage as possible. Okay, so we do get the shield that time, and they farm us down without us having to use a shield, so we go ahead and come back in with this Houndoom, and fortunately, because we were able to save that shield, we get through one Fire Fang, and that is enough to KO our opponent. So I don't actually recommend using Houndoom in this cup. On paper, it seems like it could be useful, but it's really not as strong as it seems. It's very glassy. I had a really difficult time winning any other games with that team. All right, so for this one, I came up with the special edition Sneasle that has the sunglasses, and I thought it was going to be super cool to run that here, but Sneasle is not all that different from Weavile, and it's actually still pretty glassy for just the exact same moveset, so really all I did was spend a bunch of Stardust for something that just looks cool, right? So I don't know if you actually want to invest in a Sneasle like that. So here's what we ended up doing. It was basically dead weight, and we just absorbed damage onto the Sneasle. So I'm sorry, that's the best that I could do with the Sneasle here. But it was still, fun to have it in play, I guess. And because of the Sneasle, we are able to preserve 2 shields for our Sableye, and maybe I can actually give a positive recommendation this time. If you have a Sableye, it's great. Strongly recommend Sableye for this cup and the Great League in general. A lot of y'all probably know that already, but, doesn't hurt to say it again. Sableye is really good, especially if you have one that is purified with return. So we were lucky to take the win on that one. Sneasle could have lined up pretty well with the Golbat, but unfortunately that's not the alignment that we got. And I did decide to go ahead and include a bonus battle because I did not cover anything about Galarian Slowking when it first debuted. So here we go. I built a Galarian Slowking, not Snowking. Although a Snowking Pokemon would be cool too. It's probably just Icy Darmanitan. And here you get to see this fun process of me not knowing what moveset was available and being too lazy to look it up, so just burning through all of my TMs trying to find the move that I want. And I probably could have edited this out if I were less lazy and had better editing technology, but that was going to be a huge hassle, so this is what we have. All right, collecting some rewards for completing research challenges here, and then I'm going to put together my team for the use of Galarian Slowking. And as a spoiler, I also include Galarian Slowpoke because I thought it would be fun to put them both together. Not Slowpoke, but Slowbro, Galarian Slowbro. So we're going to get both of our new Slowpoke evolutions together in a single team here, and I'm only showing one battle from this set, but this team is actually going to be super, super vulnerable to certain types that I'll talk to you about in a moment. But it did pretty well. I got a 4-1 on the first try with this team. So if you want more Galarian Slowbro or Slowking content, you can let me know and I can come back to these shortly. So what are we going to do here? I just need to throw something in so that I can check out what can be included in the Halloween Cup. And what are you looking for, Ham? There it is. All right, so we have both of our Galarian Slowpoke evolutions, and on the lead we are going to place a Frostlass, and I don't remember the logic behind that, probably because it can use Ghost-type moves and then counter some of the things that the slow guys don't. Okay, so we have actually a really positive lead here. Thanks for sticking with me if you did until we actually got into this battle. So we had a positive lead against the Nidoqueen, and then we come up against the Great Mouse itself, Azumarill, and so we can just swap into Galarian Slowbro, where we have the Poison Jab fast move, and that's going to work out just fine. They do tank a Psychic, and that allows us to get them low enough to take them down, so that's pretty good. Psychic is going to do super effective damage against this Nidoqueen, so they're definitely going to have to shield that one. And I thought they might go for the farm down, which would have been excellent, but yeah, instead they go ahead and throw, which is again fine. We have Frostlass, and it's already loaded with the Avalanche, so they go ahead and let that one go down, and they have Malamar in the back. Malamar is another pretty fun Pokemon, and I have used it in the Halloween Cup with some success. It does have some vulnerabilities to common Pokemon, but that's okay. But it's rough here because we are weak. The whole team is weak to Dark-type moves, right? So Galarian Slowking narrowly surviving and getting to that Sludge Wave, and Sludge Wave does so much damage. So I was pretty proud of it for tanking that move, and I think Galarian Slowking is actually pretty fun. So I hope y'all enjoyed seeing some of these unusual Pokemon in the Halloween Cup, and I hope your battles go well, too. Talk to you next time.